fatigue, it ain't no friend to me.
We are waging war. What's up out there, family and friends? It's your boy, the motivational teacher to the masses, coming to you again with a new edition of Motivational Monday. Woo! I'm starting to see the eyes out there. If you would, I love to see who's waiting on the motivational teacher, because y'all know my favorite phrase, the hungry shall inherit the earth. Hey, what's up, Courtney? Thank you for joining us, Courtney. It looked like you're first. That's what I'm talking about, Courtney. I said, let the hungry eat. Hey, Vaniqua, thank you for joining us out there on YouTube. Hey, Winnie, thank you for joining me. If replayers, if you would, please fast forward about a minute as I share this to my social media outlets. I have been working on this series, of course, Awaken Your I Am, but we've been doing the 4 E's. And tonight we're going to tackle another E, which is enthusiasm. We've done engagement, energy, effort, and tonight it's the last E, and it's going to be the big E, enthusiasm. Hey, what's up, Mom? Thank you for joining. Y'all give me 1 second as I share this. I promise tonight my goal is not to go very long, but I want to make sure that we got enough bread breaking that's sustainable to life. That's what I'm talking about. I missed you all last week. For you all that don't know, I tested positive for COVID-19, and last week was rough, but the motivational teacher to the masses is back tonight, and I am ready to break bread. So if you all are out there, man, please wear your masks, wash your hands, take care of yourself, man. COVID-19 is no joke. For anything to keep me away from you all, it had to be pretty significant. But glory to the Most High God that I said it the whole time, that COVID can't stop what God has given me to do, nor can anything else out there stop what God has given you all to do. So if you would, please share this. Please share this, type names in as I share this to all my groups. Please type names in the bottom and invite new people in, because tonight is going to be phenomenal. I want to see this thing get up to 30 or 40 eyes tonight. So if you all help me out, type names in there. Tell your mom and your cousin them that the motivational teacher to the masses is here. Let me share one more place, and then I'm going to be ready to break bread. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I shared that to most of my places. Tashana, thank you for joining us. Thank you, Vaniqua. Sending prayers. Glad I'm back, Vaniqua. I'm glad I was back too. And last week, Vaniqua, you actually encouraged me last week, and you didn't know it. Around the regular motivational Monday time, I was in the bed. I couldn't hardly talk unless they had energy. But I saw where you were re-listening to the last motivational Monday when I was talking about effort, and you posted on that video during the period I would have been on with Motivational Monday, and that encouraged me so much to help me understand that I'm doing a work out there. And sometimes, like, ladies and gentlemen, that one thing about life, man, that this journey is not perfect. This journey is not perfect. There are going to be ups, there's going to be downs, there are going to be some ups, there's going to be it's going to seem like it's going cricket, it's going to go all different ways, but you never can tell where you fit into someone's plan in their life. So always be diligent and keep your heart about yourself. And understand, man, it doesn't matter what it looks like. Just know that God always causes us to triumph. I want somebody to say something right there. I want somebody to say something right there, that God always causes us to triumph. And this week is just another example of God causing me to triumph, of God causing you all to triumph. I know right now it might not look like what you think it should look like at this stage of your life, but believe you me, God always causes us to triumph. And tonight I want to get into a quick word. We've been doing the 4 E's of success, the 4 E's: engagement, energy, effort. And then tonight we want to deal with enthusiasm. For the sake of these videos, our definition of enthusiasm is absorbing or controlling possession of the mind by any interest or pursuit, a lively interest. Let me say it say it again. Absorbing or controlling possession of the mind by an interest or a pursuit. We're talking about, yes, every time. Thank y'all. every time. Tonight, we're talking about enthusiasm, absorbing or controlling the possession of your mind as it relates to an interest. See, right now, the difference between the highly successful and the people that's right there on the brink is that level of enthusiasm. It's how much do I control my mind in the area where I'm looking for tremendous success. Even last week when laying down and being down due to COVID-19, how much of my mind did I allow to wander and think like this is it? Like you turn on the news and you see 250, 260,000 people have died from COVID. You turn on the news and you hear all the respirator stories. But the question is, and where is your enthusiasm? Where are you allowing your mind to rest? I am going to break bread. See, enthusiasm just points us to our mind's resting place. I'm going to break bread right here, boy. I am going to break bread because, see, my favorite book says a man doesn't know his own heart, but your enthusiasm locates where your resting place is. The thing that you're enthusiastic about is the thing that you're willing to give yourself about. It's amazing. I remember I used to do marriage counseling. I had this couple one time tell me that the fire was gone. It's not that the fire was gone, it's that the enthusiasm was gone. You can't fall in and out of love. It's just the enthusiasm is gone. It's the controlling possession of the mind by an interest or a pursuit. It's not that the fire is gone out your life. It's not that I don't know what happened to. It's the enthusiasm is gone. If you can lose enthusiasm, guess what? You can find enthusiasm. There's nothing great being done. I like to call it like this, without the big E. You need E in your life. You need enthusiasm in your life. It's your lively interest. Last week we talked about effort. Tonight, we're talking about enthusiasm. Come on, Vaniqua. I'm already going to do it. Come on, Tashana. I'm already going to do it. Y'all share, like this thing, put type names in the comment, invite people to this thing because there's so many of us that think that our life, like my lot in life, has been on hold based on where I am at this spot in life. Ladies and gentlemen, your lot in life has what God called you to and why he created you from the foundation of the earth. It has not changed. You got to gain your enthusiasm back for life. You got to gain your enthusiasm back for what you believe that gifting was put on the inside of you. One of my favorite stories was it was this king. The king had two sons. And one of the sons went to his dad, the king, and said, man, I want to take my money. I'm going to go to a faraway land and I'm going to live my life up. And he took his money. He went to a faraway land. He squandered all of his money and he found himself in a pig pen, broke and sleeping with pigs. And then the prince came to himself and said, even my father's servants live better than I'm living right now. He said, if I go back to my father, even I can live. What was he saying? I just got to get back enough enthusiasm to go back and get my rightful place. Even if I don't get my rightful place, I'll live better than I am now. He had to, number one, he had to face his decision. But number two, he had to find his enthusiasm, ladies and gentlemen. That son was never meant to be in the pig's pen. He was never meant to be wallowing with pigs. He was meant to be in the king's palace. And that's for some of us, we have been meant to be in the king palace, but we have allowed an absorbing or controlling possession of our mind that is not enthusiasm. The prodigal son, come on, somebody been reading the book. Somebody know the book out there. We've allowed these thoughts to lie. Listen to your boy. We've allowed these thoughts to rest in our mind. Remember, enthusiasm shows the resting place of your heart. Boy, I am going to break bread tonight. I feel it with everything in me right now. Enthusiasm shows where my heart is resting. It's not that I don't have money in the bank. It's just my heart reveals my situation where I am today, reveals where my heart is. I'm telling you right now, you got to come to yourself. Just like the prodigal son did, you have to come to yourself and take possession of your mind in an interest or a pursuit. I'm going to break bread right now. People with enthusiasm have a zest and they're happy. People with it, you don't hear about people with the big E jumping off the top of a building. See, you don't hear about people with Big E, that are enthusiastic about life. This, I like to say it like this. There's that childlike faith that encourage them to keep going. When I'm tired, I'm weary. Or the song will say, when I'm weary, wound, and sad, I keep going because my enthusiasm will not allow me to lie dormant for too long. COVID can't hold me down because my enthusiasm about life, my zest about life and my call of God won't allow me to lay down 15 seconds more than what I need in order to get up to fulfill the will of God for my life. I'm going to break bread before this is over. There's this strength that goes beyond happiness and pleasure when you have enthusiasm. When I wake up in the morning, my feet hit the floor. I'm not moaning and groaning about what I don't have. God, how can I express the highest version of myself today? I'm looking for a miracle in my life today. I'm looking to be somebody else's miracle in their life today. I am going to break bread before this is over. Come on. I see the hands, throw them up, because I am going to break bread before this is over, because the image that we've debossed in our brain, about who we are can be a false image. It can be a false God that we've built in our own mind about who we think we're supposed to be. And we've settled into the story that supports that image of what I am right now, which is not what God created me to be. And we settled into that place of mediocrity and that place of low energy. Like, it was funny. I remember when 2016, when Trump was running for president, he used to always talk about Ben Carson, about how he had low energy. And you could tell that there was no enthusiasm, blah, 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 talk like this. And there was no enthusiasm about what he was doing. And there was no zest. There was no zeal about the journey that's ahead, ladies and gentlemen. There are many of us that are living in low energy because it's not that we don't have enthusiasm. We've misplaced our enthusiasm. Yep. Don't settle where you are. It's time to cross over to Jordan. Come on, Ivy, say that. It's time to move into a new phase of life. But we cannot cross the Jordan without enthusiasm. We have to ladies and gentlemen, this life, this world only wants to make you average. Look at your boy. This world only wants to make you average. And if you don't possess the ability to sometimes encourage yourself, and what is encouraging yourself? Find your enthusiasm in the midst of this world that's trying to make you average, ladies and gentlemen. We will settle into a place where we were never created to be. And we will start absorbing in a controlling possession of our mind in a place where God did not call us to be in this moment and in this time, ladies and gentlemen. It's all about my resting place. Enthusiasm shows our resting place. Enthusiasm is an activated positive energy and is associated with self-realization and autonomy. Ladies and gentlemen, no one controls your enthusiasm but you. Nobody controls your Big E but you. Well, they said this and it made me feel down. Nobody controls your enthusiasm but you. Nobody controls your zest for living but you. Nobody controls your zeal for life but you. Let's take the authority away from every other person in your life that been stealing your joy, that you've allowed to put you in a box and lock that box. I'm telling you right now, tonight it's time to be free. Somebody need to say, I'm free indeed out there. Tonight it's time to shake free. It's time to be free from the chains that we've been bound by mentally because we've allowed ourselves to be tied down for so long. We've allowed ourselves to settle into this place of mediocrity. Tonight is time. I'm going back. I got to go back where I laid down my enthusiasm so I can pick it back up. Yes, my life is worth living. My life is worth eating the good of the land. I was never meant to beg, borrow, and steal. I'm more than a conqueror. I was never meant to be average on this earth. I got to return back to the place, where I laid my enthusiasm down about this life. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm free indeed. You are free indeed. Shake the chains off. It's time to freedom to the top of your lungs. I know right now it's a restrictive economy. I know right now some states are starting to lock back down. I know right now there's a pandemic, but in the midst of all of those things, you need to stand up and look yourself in the mirror and hit yourself in the chest and say, I am free indeed. Today, I speak to my enthusiasm. Give me my zest and my zeal back for my marriage. Give me my zest and my zeal back for my life. Give me my zest and my zeal back for what God has created me to do. It's time to go back to the place where I laid it down. There's an energy. Ladies and gentlemen, there is an energy. I did a speaking engagement about 2 months ago. It was a virtual speaking engagement. And at the end, I opened it up for question and answers. And one of the audience members asked me, said, where do you get this energy from? Like you're over the computer, but I can see your energy through you. I can see like this is not, and she said, I can see this is not something you're doing, but this is something that you are. And she was like, and the lady was a little heavy set, and she was like, oh, how do I get that? And I simply said, find something worth waking up for every day, whether you don't make a nickel or a dime, you feel happy doing it. You're excited about doing it. Whether somebody high five you and tell you good job, I'm excited. I don't need validation externally because God is validating me internally. And my boy said it like this: it's like a fire shut up in my bone, and there's something in your life that's like a fire shut up in your bones. Ladies and gentlemen, that is enthusiasm. What's up, Lady Queen? Thank you for joining us tonight. I'm happy to be back. I'm like, y'all held it down Thursday night on BTN. I can't wait to get back with you this Thursday. We're going to break some bread. Fire shut up in my bones is what, Ant? Enthusiasm. Enthusiasm. I'm telling you, man, there's a story in the Bible where Elijah outran chariots with horses, and he outran. And how could he do that? In enthusiasm. There's a story where a kid took a slingshot and he slayed Goliath. David slayed Goliath with a slingshot. And how did he do it? Enthusiasm. How can I do the impossible in my life? Man, I believe so much so in that the great I am has awakened my I am. It gives me the enthusiasm to walk through life knowing that I cannot be stopped, that I am unstoppable. I'm going to break bread, but I'm going to work up a sweat because I'm going to do it today. Why? Because I want to serve notice to everything on earth. You can't stop me from doing what God has given me. It's like fire shut up on. Come on, ladies and gentlemen. You got to find that zest again. You got to go back and find that enthusiasm. There's something in your life right now that is hinging on you going back to that. Do you remember? And I love talking about this for you all that's married. Do you remember when you went to the altar and you said, I do? I remember when Crystal and I, we went to the altar. We was in Columbus. Man, the church was beautiful. We had on this brown tuxedo. Your boy I had a little hair back then. I had a hairline. I still think I was bald head. What up, Q? But I had a little hair back then. I had all my homeboys. The wedding was beautiful. And at that moment, when we stood before the altar, we said, until death, we said, I do. To death do me part, for greater, for richer, and all those different things. At that moment, we said, I do. And now we're 12 years in, and I'm saying I do. But every now and then, we have to pull out the book and go back to that initial fire. And we have to ask each other questions like, when you were standing at that moment, what attracted you to me? What made you ask me? Why? Sometimes you got to go back and stoke the fire and go back to the place where you said, boy, good God Almighty. You got to go back to the place where you said I do. And you got to allow those raw emotions to stir all up on the inside of you again to get back into that place where you still got googly eyes for what you said when you said I do. You remember standing there, you like, man, I gotta be the most favorite man on the world. And she's standing there, she think I got to be the most favorite woman in the world for God to trust me with his daughter like that. And you sometimes you got to go back to that initial I am. When will you return back to your first love? When will you go back to the place when you said, I am more than a conqueror? When will you go back to that altar? I'm about to break bread. When you thought you were more, yeah, when you didn't have limitations. When you said that greater is he that lives on it. Some of us need to go back to that initial place. And we need to pick up that childlike enthusiasm where I said I am. Your marriage is not on the brinks. The problem is there's no more enthusiasm. You got to go back to that initial I am and go back and pick up that childlike faith where you were willing to say for richer or better. I mean, for richer or poor, for better or for worse. I do. You got to go back to that place. The only thing that's hindering your relationships is you gaining back your enthusiasm for that relationship. I'm breaking bread right now. Well, motivational teacher to the masses, you don't know how it is. You don't understand. Listen to your boy. Enthusiasm activates positive energy. It's associated with self-realization and autonomy. It doesn't matter what it looks like right now. You have the ability to change everything around you in your world. I'm telling you right now, fresh out of COVID-19. I'm telling you what I'm telling you right now, that what's on the inside of you is more real than what's on the outside of you. Stop allowing yourself to go to a place where you allow what you see to change what you know. Yeah, I'm going to break bread tonight, YouTube. I see you out there. I'm going to break bread tonight, YouTube. You better believe it. I'm coming right to the place where you are. I'm coming right to the place where you are. Yes, thank you. Thank you. I'm coming right to your living room today. I'm telling you today, it's all about rekindling that fire. It's all about stoking that fire. It's all about going back to the place where you thought you were unstoppable. Because honestly, the place where you begin to believe that, and for anybody that can sit here and listen to me 30 minutes, 40 minutes, I know that there's something to you right now. I know that you're not some average individual. I can tell you right now, average eyes come and average eyes go. I'm telling you, but the people that are able to sit here and keep their eyes fixed on me, there's something uncommon about you on the inside of you. There's a seed of greatness deep down on the inside of you. Why? Because you're listening. Because you're listening. It's about cultivating that gift that's on the inside of you. It's about finding that childlike enthusiasm. It's about going back to that first fire to get back everything that the enemy thought he was taking from you. It's never too late. I'm still on the first two lines of my notes. God dog it. Enthusiasm is strength that has strong connotations in both physical and mental vitality and well-being. Enthusiasm listen, ladies and gentlemen, enthusiasm in itself can change your manifestation in a day. Enthusiasm itself can change how you can look one day at a problem and see the cup half full, half empty, but with enthusiasm, all I can see is how to fill that joker up. It's not that I'm not acknowledging that there's a problem. It's the fact that there's so much E on the inside of me, I can only acknowledge the solution. I don't deal in problems. I deal in solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, you looking at me. You don't deal in problems. You deal in solutions. It's all about enthusiasm. Enthusiasm is like an accelerant, ladies and gentlemen. It's like a fertilizer to a garden. It's like gas to a fire. Man, enthusiasm it's like C4. It can speed up everything that God wants to do in your life. Remember, enthusiasm is coming on the backs of engagement, effort, and energy. Now, I've got engagement. My mind, I'm totally engaged. I got the energy that I'm putting out, what I'm attracting to me. I'm giving the effort to get there. And now I want to throw explosive growth on top of what I'm doing. That is enthusiasm. Winston Churchill said that success consists of going from failure to failure without the loss of enthusiasm, ladies and gentlemen. Enthusiasm. Oh, I'm going to run out this room right now. I'm gonna run out this room. It's going from failure to failure. It's going from loss to loss. It's going from up to down without the loss. Come on, Ivy. Without the loss of enthusiasm, I am going to break bread tonight. He that has an ear, let him hear what the motivational teacher to the masses is saying today. Enthusiasm can change your doggone life in a heartbeat. And see, ladies and gentlemen, when you mix enthusiasm with faith, greater works shall you do. Greater works shall you do. See, you can't get to greater without enthusiasm. You can get the average, but I'm looking for greater in my life. I got to be able to add that fertilizer. I got to be able to add that gas on the fire because I'm looking to do explosive. These are they that's turning the world upside down. These are they that should do exploits. Why? Because I got enthusiasm about life. Boy, I'm telling you, if you're looking for a promotion on your job, if you're looking to attract more people to your business, find some enthusiasm about yourself. People are attracted to enthusiasm like black folk are to barbecue. They're attracted to it. People are attracted to enthusiasm like bees are attracted to honey. If you're looking to grow any segment of your life, or if you're looking to attract different people in your life that fit where you're going, operate with enthusiasm. There are so many people that need to feed from your energy. There are so many people that need to get to the next level, but they just can't quite figure it out. Ladies and gentlemen, let them glean from your overflow. Boy, I'm breaking bread right now. Let people glean from your overflow. I'm the motivational teacher to the masses. You don't ever hear me come on here talking about I'm empty because I give you all what I have from my overflow. Because the great I am, he and I, we got a love relationship. The great I am is always awakening and quickening my I am in moments. Why? So I don't give from a deficit. You hear people that give from a deficit, like they come on and they're just talking about life. And they're just they're just telling stories about their life, and they're saying that I went through that and I went through that, but there's no life lesson connected to it that helps improve your life. You see, they're having this conversation from a deficit. Yeah, I'm gonna break bread tonight. I'm gonna help y'all understand who to listen to and who not to listen to in this world of accelerated technology. When people just get on and want to tell you stories about them lives to make themselves look big. Like every story I tell you is not pointing you to me, it's pointing you to the great I am. Because the great I am is the one who created you, who have the numbers of hairs on your head numbered and knows you personally before the foundation of the earth. I'm always pointing you back to the great I am so he can quicken and awaken your I am. It's not by power, it's not by might, but it's by his strength, says the Lord. I'm breaking bread right now. It was never meant for you to try to accomplish it on your own. Ralph Waldo Emerson said, nothing great was ever achieved without enthusiasm. Enthusiasm always wins. It always wins. It will always attract. What they say, we used to say it like this: game recognizes game. We used to say it like that. Enthusiasm attracts more enthusiasm. Mary Kay said it like this: a mediocre idea that generates enthusiasm will go farther than a great idea that inspires no one. Let me say that again. A mediocre idea that generates enthusiasm will go farther than a great idea that inspires no one. President Obama in 2008 won the president because yes, we can. It was hope. It was the message of hope that inspired a whole nation to do something that's never done before. What did he do? He generated enthusiasm for a movement. Yes, he did. What did you look at, like Oprah, you look at the Tyler Perrys, you look at even Jim Carrey and his comedy, you look at all these people. What did they do, motivational teacher? They generated enthusiasm. If you want to lead, Generate enthusiasm. Help someone see that they can go farther today than what they did yesterday. I was having a conversation with one of the people that I coach, and we were having a conversation because there was an opportunity for this individual to maybe go for a promotion. But as I was speaking to this individual, they were giving every reason as to why I'm not qualified for this promotion, every reason as to why this promotion is not a good move for me. This promotion is going to come with this. I heard 9 different reasons as to, I counted them, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It was 9 reasons as to why I can't. And there was 0 the reason why I can. 9 reasons as to why I can't. And I simply ask, and tonight, and we're going to talk about 5 questions to ask yourself to stoke enthusiasm. And I simply ask, what did you say you wanted to do a year and a half ago when I started coaching you? Well, I wanted to do this, I want to do that. I said, is this in line with what you told me you initially wanted? Yes. So then you gave me 9 reasons why it wouldn't work. Now, give me 1 reason why it will. And I had to have that conversation because most of us, we make decisions from our past and we don't make decisions for our future. We look at the obstacles that it will take, understanding that, oh yeah, it is not going to be an easy road to hoe, but I have the enthusiasm that's going to get me past the hurdles in order to do something uncommon. We need to start doing that right there. Uncommon. It is never my goal to live a common lifestyle. It should always be our plan to do the uncommon, because the great I am is quickening our I am. Never strive to be common. Never look at, let me change that. We have to change our outlook to that we walk by faith and not by sight. I'm not looking at what it was. I'm looking as to what it can be. And as a result of my conversation with this individual that I was coaching, the individual decided, I'm going to put my name in the hat for this job. But I don't see the faith steps is, I don't know if she'll get it or she won't get it. But the step of faith is I'm going to put myself out there and make myself vulnerable in order to see if God will move for me. Sometimes we have to be willing to put ourselves in vulnerable situations to where I know mentally I'm not qualified for this. I know mentally that maybe right now they said I got to have 2 degrees. I only got 1, or they said I have to have a degree. Sometimes we have to put ourselves out there and get out the boat in order to see if I can walk on water. Yeah, don't want to miss the moment. It will move from you. Yeah, you don't want to miss that moment. And you got to step outside of your comfort zone and understand that there's greatness on the inside of you. Motivational teacher to the masses. You've done a lot of talking about this stuff tonight. You 30 minutes in, motivational teacher to the masses. I'm telling you, this thing about this whole thing about enthusiasm, it runs all through the Bible. It run my favorite book. It run in all of these self-help books. It runs all the way through all of these self-help books. It's enthusiasm. What makes one man different from another man? What makes one woman different from another one? It's enthusiasm. What draws people to other people? It's enthusiasm. It's energy. It's enthusiasm. 2 Peter 1:10, it said, wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, you shall never fall. Let me say it again. Give diligence. Work hard. Have enthusiasm to make your calling and your election sure. For if you do these things, what? Ye shall never fail. You shall never fall if you give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Is your calling and your election sure? Because my favorite book says, if it is, you should never fail. You should never fall. There are going to be opportunities to learn, but because I have enthusiasm, Churchill said it's going from failure to failure without the loss of enthusiasm. I may go through some things, but I never lose my ultimate confidence in who my great I am is, which gives me the ability to fight past my uncomfortability at this moment to keep moving into where I know I'm supposed to be going. I'm going to break bread. Somebody need to put it right there in the box. I shall never fail. Give diligence and make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, it's impossible for you to fail. So my question to you is, we talked 2 Peter 1:10. Look it up. The key to your want to. Q said the key is your want to. Do you really want it? Do you really want it? How hungry are you? Are you willing to do it when there's nobody showing up? Are you willing to do it when it seems like it's just not working? I shall never fail. Boy, that's a word for somebody right there. Oh, I feel that with everything on the inside of me. I give diligence to make your calling and election sure. Listen, it's conditional. If you do these things, you shall never fail, or you shall never fall if you do these things, ladies and gentlemen. You got to approach every day with enthusiasm. And then if we're not, I'm the motivational teacher to the masses. The key is, I think what Q said, is to want to. You got to want to. You got to be hungry. You got to be hungry. You got to be so doggone hungry. And I ain't going to lie, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just telling you, I see the results that I'm getting in my life. And I'm breaking bread with you all. I'm your boy. I'm going to always tell you the truth. Like lately, just like Vaniqua, I appreciate you going on doing it. Like lately, I've been listening to me more than I have Eric Thomas, Les Brown, TD Jakes. I've been listening to me more than I've been listening to them, because I'm telling you that there's life in these words. And ladies and gentlemen, and I've been listening to them from when I was in my 20s. Almost 20 years I've been listening to those individuals, and I find those individuals to be top notch, nothing against them. But I'm telling you right now that there's life in these words, that if you can take these words and make them become flesh in your life, you can have whatever you say you can want to have. You can knock and it shall be open. You can speak to the doggone mountain, and the mountain got to be removed and cast into the sea. I'm telling you what I know, ladies and gentlemen. I'm telling you what I know. You shall never fail. I'm telling you what I know. Just like Vaniqua did last week, you got to go listen to this stuff 3, 4, 5, and 6 times until you and this word becomes one. I'm telling you right now, if you could just get these 4 E's from the last month, and I believe that there were so many forces against these 4 E's that even COVID tried to hold me and it can't see me. Its sinus infection tried to hold me and it can't see me, because I'm telling you right now that there's a connection. Yeah. We can't do it. We can't fail. I'm telling you, there is a connection right now in the words coming out of my mouth, that if you can take these words and if you can figure out how to get these words out of, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to give you the keys to the kingdom. I'm going to give you the keys to the kingdom. If you can figure out how to take these words out of this atmosphere, and make these words become flesh in your life, ladies and gentlemen, you shall never lack for any good thing. I'm telling you what I know. I am telling you what I know. That these words are life. There's spirit and there's life in them. But the question is, Q, like Q just said, eagles eat meat, not grass. Well, I'm giving manna then. We're going to call this is manna. The key is, are you disciplined enough? Do you have the enthusiasm to say, I'm going to listen to this 2 and 3 and 4 and 5 and 6 times a week until I see the manifestation that I want to see out of my life? I'm telling you that it's just not enough to hear. It's just not enough to hear. It's the application. It's in the doing. It's in the doing where you start to see the manifestation of your fruit that you want. No matter what you ask God for, he's going to always give you a seed. He's not, God, I want a chair. He's going to only give you a tree. And it's up to you to take that tree and out of that wood, you carve out a chair. God, I want some apples. He's never going to give you the apple. He'll give you an apple seed. And you take that apple seed and you plant it, and from that apple seed, you get an apple tree where you get the apples. It's too many of us that's been looking for the raw natural product. And God is never going to give you the raw natural product of what you're believing for. God, I need more money. He's not going to give you money. He's going to give you ideas to make you more valuable. He's going to give you ideas to catapult you from one level to the next. You're going to wake up in the middle of the night and you're going to start having visions and dreams of things that you can do in order to get you the money that you've been praying for. It's not going to come in the form of $1 million in a sack from Ed McMahon. It's going to come in visions. It's going to come in ideas. It's going to come in dreams. It's going to come in somebody just speaking a word to you. And from that word, it's going to spark an idea. And from that idea, your millionaire status resides in that. And we've been looking for the raw natural material for the last 30 and 40 years, and it is not there. It is not in the natural and raw material, ladies and gentlemen. And if you're in your life right now, and I'm 40 minutes in, and and look, like my boy James Cleveland said, I don't feel no ways tired. I'm 41 minutes in, and I'm saying right now, if you're not waking up every morning and asking yourself, how can I express the highest image of myself today, ladies and gentlemen, you lack zest for life. You lack the enthusiasm that it takes to get to the next level. And so if you're not where you want to be, I want to give you 5. What's up, LeVar? I want to give you 5 questions to ask yourself to stoke that enthusiasm. Number 1, what am I tolerating? Oh my goodness, I just broke bread. Number 1, if you lack the enthusiasm, listen, ladies and gentlemen, I say there's a place where you can have a great marriage. There's a place where you can have a great business. There's a place where you can have great relationships around you. There's a place where you can have more money at the end of the month. There's a place where your kids can listen to obey. You listen and try to do what you ask them to do. But you got to ask yourself, question number 1, what am I tolerating? Or we used to say it back this in the hood in Waverly, Alabama. We used to say it like this: what am I putting up with? What am I tolerating in my life that has no place in my life right now? LeVar, I just mentioned you the other day. I mean, a few minutes ago, talking about being a doer. What am I tolerating in my life that I need to, watch this word, excommunicate? What am I tolerating in my life right now that's stealing my enthusiasm? That it's not stoking my zest for my life. What people do I have in my life right now that are culture vultures? What people in my life that's taking more than what they're giving? If you're not going to help replenish, definitely, if you're not going to help replenish, don't pull it all out of me. What relationships? What people around on my job, or maybe it is your job. It's your job that causes them. What am I tolerating in my life? Is it a negative relation? I don't know what it is. But if you don't have the enthusiasm, the zest that it takes to win in this life with the great I am quickening you, then you got to ask yourself, why am I in this place? Well, I'm still on my first question right now. What am I tolerating? Whatever you tolerate, you will never excommunicate. Whatever you tolerate, you will never take it out your life. Whatever you tolerate will always show up in some form or fashion of manifestation in your life. 5 questions to ask yourself to stoke your enthusiasm. Number 1, what am I tolerating? Number 2, and this is I like this one. How can I add value to the life of others? Oh, I've been searching for dollars and cents. I've been looking for my Bentley. I've been looking for my 8,000 square foot house. I've been looking for all these things, but your 8,000 square foot house is not in things. It's in the value that you offer to others. It's in the value that everything that you said you wanted out of your life, it's in the value that you offer to others. God is not passing out sacks of money. It's about you discovering your gifting. It's about you discovering your fire shut up in your bones. It's about you changing your perception of what you believe about you. How can I add value to others in my life? I got people chiming into this conversation. Thank you to Shauna for putting it back out to LeVar. If you don't change it, then you're allowing it to happen. And if you don't change it, and if you don't change it, you are allowing that person to be the sacrifice for your dreams. Your goals and your dreams become the new sacrifice because you're allowing these vampires, you're allowing these negative relationships, you're allowing these people that beg, borrow, and steal from you and never give anything back. You cannot take from my ground if you're not putting anything back in it. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you. And that's why, like the other night, Monday night, whether you know it, Vaniqua, like she put back in my ground. She was listening to a message from 2 weeks ago, still commenting. She put something back in the ground. And I'm telling you right now, find out, how can I add value? How can I add value? I don't seek dollars. I don't seek cents. I seek value. And at some point, the world has to catch up, or my income has to catch up to the value of which I provide. I just broke bread. Tyler Perry put plays on for 10 years before he started realizing the income of the value that he's been doing for the last 10 years. Sometimes you got to be willing. You have to be willing to work with a deficit. Sometimes you have to be willing to trust the vision when it's not all laid out. Number 3, am I giving enough time to nurturing and replenishing myself? 5 questions to ask yourself to stoke enthusiasm. And Tashana did an excellent job capturing those questions. Number 3, am I giving enough time to nurturing and replenishing myself? That's a question that, ladies and gentlemen, only you can answer. I just told you all, we share or we give from our overflow. We give from our overflow. If you're trying to give from a deficit, you're going to always feel burned out. You're going to always feel like it's more than what I can give right now. You're going to always feel like it's not meant for me right now, because you're living in a place of a deficit. Am I giving enough time to nurturing and replenishing myself? I've always said, when it comes to your own personal self-development, that's the moment you can be selfish. That's the moment you can be like the Cookie Monster and gobble it all up and don't worry about what other people think. When it comes to your self-care, when it comes to you developing yourself to be better for the other people around you, a better Anthony makes a better husband, makes a better father, makes a better leader, makes a better coach, makes a better motivational teacher. So a better me makes everything around me better. So that's the place where you can be the most selfish. Q chiming into this conversation. Most people are more enthusiastic about celebrities than they are themselves. Boy, you just broke bread right there. We want to wear the Chanel. We want to wear the Gucci. We want to wear the LeBrons. We want to wear the latest pair of shoes. And we're so concerned about everybody else's name that we don't spend any time building our own. We're not enthusiastic about our name. We're not enthusiastic about what God has given me. Man, if I talked about what God has given me as much as I talk about what God has given LeBron, then I myself could be in a position where people are using me as a part of the stories as to how we can overcome. But you got to replenish yourself. Number 4, and I think number 4 is super important. Do I surround myself with positive, life-affirming people who want the best for me? Let me say that again. Number 4, do I surround myself with positive, life-affirming people who want the best for me? Game recognizes game, ladies and gentlemen. Eagles float with eagles. Eagles roll with, you can't change that. Eagles roll with eagles. You never see an eagle and a chicken 30 miles up in the sky. or you never see an eagle and a chicken hanging out on the ground. You got to ask yourself, who am I running with? They say the average person earns within 3 to 5,000 to what that to their best friend or what their circle they run with. What's my circle that I'm running with? Am I running with chickens and I'm claiming to be an eagle? Like, am I allowing my humanity and my deity to line up? Am I saying one thing while I'm doing another? Because if so, then I'm unstable in all my ways. Am I surrounding myself around people that secretly hate on me and don't want me to be great, and they smile on my face, but as soon as I turn my back, they talking about how he think he's better than everybody. Why he gotta have all that? Why they gotta live like that? Why they gotta look like it? Don't take that much. Are you around people in your life that are sucking life from you, even when you don't know it? And trust me, we know who those people are. Or do you believe? And ladies and gentlemen, the people that I have around me truly is what I believe about myself. I keep people, let me say this, we keep people around who validate what we believe about ourselves. If I don't believe I am the motivational teacher to the masses, then I need to keep people around me to say that I'm not. So when I don't make it, I grab comfort in their words to know that I didn't just miss it, but they missed it also. We keep people around that validate what we believe. I'm breaking bread right now. If you don't get anything else out of what I just said, get that. Your circle validates what you believe about you. And I'm telling you right now, you better find you a amen corner. You need some folk in this world that's trying to make you average, that sometimes you're going to have bad days. You're going to have days where you question, am I called to the masses? You're going to have days where you're going to question, like, God, can you really do this through me? You're going to have days to where, like, man, can I really be a top motivational speaker to Fortune 100 companies? You're going to have days where you're going to say, God, I believe, but help my unbelief. You're going to have days in those moments. You need somebody in your corner who want the best for me, who sees the best in you. You need somebody in your corner to tell you, hey, champ, you float like a butterfly, sting like a bee. You need somebody in your corner that's going to help you get to the mark until tomorrow, where my faith is being strengthened. Joy always comes in the morning. You need somebody. Yeah. That sometime when I'm barely making it across the finish line, I need somebody who's going to help pull me along, ladies and gentlemen. One person is not big enough for anything great. You're going to need somebody. And you're going to need life-affirming people who wants the best for you. That's why I love seeing the names right here. We are a community of people waging war on mediocrity. That's why I show up on Mondays. I'm going to start going on more frequently now as we're coming up to the holidays. Show up on here because we are a community of people that believe that there's something more more than what we just see. Question number 5. Let me hit them one more time. Number 1, what am I tolerating? Number 2, how can I add value to the life of others? Number 3, am I giving enough time to nurturing and replenishing myself? Number 4, do I surround myself with positive, life-affirming people who want the best for me? And number 5, last but not least, is, am I open-minded? Am I flexible? Ladies and gentlemen, if you're stuck where God was, you can never get what God is and is to come. There's so many of us that are so inflexible to our approach in life that we talk ourselves out of the true riches. There's so many of us that believe that it can only happen one way, that we talk ourselves. We talk ourselves out of manner. I like that, Q. We need this manner. We talk ourselves out of manner because I believe it has to be the way that grandma said it happened to her, or it has to be the exact way it happened for Les Brown, or it has to be the exact way it happened for Tony Robbins. And if it doesn't happen like it happened for Les and Tony, then I tend to believe that, well, it must not be for me. Man, listen to me. God is ready to do a new thing. He's ready to do something new. But you got to have a growth mindset. You can't be fixed in your mindset. There are a million different ways to skin a cat to do one thing, and don't be set on the one way of doing things. Because if you are, that could be an enthusiasm robber. That could be something that's stealing your enthusiasm or your zest for life. Ladies and gentlemen, in order to get to that next phase of life, you gotta find Big E. You gotta find what makes you happy. I just gave you 5 questions to ask yourself to begin to stoke your enthusiasm. You gotta find that thing that makes you tick. You gotta find that thing that I'll do it for free if I have to. Like if I understand right now, I serve my gift for free right now, knowing that as I build it, and question number 2, as I begin to add value to the life of others, money will follow the value. Build it and they will come. Build it and they will come. Failure is not real. It's a figment of your imagination. You have to be diligent to make your calling and election sure. If you do these things, you shall never fall. I am the motivational teacher to the masses. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm telling you right now, start believing for more. Start believing for more. Start writing your goals, write your vision, make it plain, and make it big enough to where you have to grow into it, and that it's just not about where I am today with my limited thinking. Make it so big that you have to incorporate the great I am in order to get there. We've had a lot of people chiming into this conversation tonight. Tashana, thank you for capturing the questions for us. Hey, go back and listen to this. I think from what I could tell last time, Vaniqua, she went back and listened to the last Motivation Monday 4 or 5 times. I'm challenging everybody on this list. Go back and listen to this at least once a day. Go back and listen to at least once a day. Or find whatever section of this you want to listen to for every day. Go back until you become one with these words. See, there's so many of us that are expecting big things out of our life, but we only putting in little effort, little enthusiasm, little energy, and little engagement, and we're believing for something cataclysmic to come out of our life. You're not gonna have SpaceX out your life if you're not willing to put 20 years into getting one orbit up into space. Are you willing to give it? Because I'm telling you, if you give it, you can get it. Everything works on seed time and harvest. Nothing, everything on this earth works by it. If you want it, you have to give it. Listen to this 4 and 5 times until it becomes one. And I'm probably going to pop on later on this week as well. So I want to thank you all for joining in tonight. We had a really good conversation. If you will, please share this. Put names down here in the little poster comment so other people can glean from this. And until next time, I am challenging you to wage war on mediocrity. I'm out.